Hello, welcome to Yoga with Seniors. I'm Debbie Kell. In this video, we're going to talk about downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. It's a move, it's a shape that we come into, usually as we're transitioning from the mat to a standing position or back down again. If you are a bit nervous or you don't have confidence getting down to the mat or getting back up again, then I recommend that you watch some of the videos that I've prepared. I've prepared a series of 3 that walk you through alternative ways that you can come from a standing position to the mat and from the mat back up again. Otherwise, let's work together on downward facing dog. This is a position that requires some upper body strength. It requires a pretty hefty release of your hamstrings, and we have to hinge at the hips. This might take a bit of practice. I know that I encourage us to sit on a blanket, but for the purposes of this exercise, let's toss the blanket aside because I don't want us to trip on it. And remember, I use these grips, these hand grips, simply because the arthritis in my hands and wrists does not allow me to be weight bearing in a flat hand. So let's come to a tabletop position. We're on our hands and knees. Your wrists are roughly directly underneath your shoulders. Make sure that you're not collapsing into the shoulders, that you're lifting out of the shoulders. The knees and the feet are roughly hip distance apart. The lower legs are parallel to one another. And now go ahead and tuck those toes under behind you. And let's just see how you feel taking on the weight of your body with just your hands and your feet, no knees. So reaching long with the crown of your head, pressing into the balls of your feet, see if you can lift your knees. Just a few inches off the floor is fine, and then carefully lowering back down again. You're starting to feel the weight in the hands and in the feet that you'll feel when you move into a full downward facing dog. And let's try it again. Let's inhale, lifting those knees. And if you want, go ahead and push back a little bit. Push away from your hands. If you want, you can walk the hands out a little bit so that you've got one long line from your hands to your seat. It's okay if your knees are bent at this stage. Those of us with tight hamstrings are going to have to take our time. And now carefully lower back down again. Good. Shake it out if you'd like. Rest the hands and the wrists. By the way, when you put your hands on the mat, spread those fingers wide and press in with the tips of your fingers. You should be feeling a strong connection with the tip of each finger, with the base of each finger, and with the heel of your hand. Let's give it another try. So from tabletop, make sure you're lifted out of the shoulder, tuck the toes under, and now let's walk the hands forward a little bit. Inhale, lift the knees, and as long as you feel confident with the weight, then go ahead and lift your seat. Pressing the hands away from the seat. If your knees are bent, that's okay. If you're able to, go ahead and release those heels toward the back of the room, and eventually we're coming into an inverted V shape. This is our downward facing dog. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and shift your weight forward a little bit. Soften those knees, lowering down with control. Good. One more time. Let's see how it feels for you. All right. Inhale, lift the knees. Press the seat toward the back of the room. The arms, the upper arms are on either side of the ears. You can leave the knees a little bit bent, or if your hamstrings permit and if your calf muscles permit, you can lengthen the legs. The heels reach to the back of the room. This is it. This is downward facing dog. And when you're ready, shift your weight forward a bit, lower the knees. Excellent. Lower one hip and come back to seated. As you develop your yoga practice, the shape of your downward facing dog will transform over time, so don't worry about it being perfect right from the beginning. Namaste.